before morning, baby, let me tell you, it is going down in the flow. But let's go on and get into it. Today, we are going to talk about self awareness and healing. I'm going to go on and play the intro to the show, and then I'm going to pop right back in because I have to find this message on my Facebook page, and I got to talk about it today. All right, everybody, let me tell you about this post. This post that came on my timeline really did something to you girls, equilibrium. Because so often, a healed person in certain areas, because you're healed in certain areas, and there's healing still taking place. If you're still alive, there's healing still taking place. There's revelation still coming to you. There are corrections that are still coming to you, even after you have healed other certain areas in your life. The post said, I forgive those people that have hurt me. So I reposted it. I shared it on my page because you can forgive someone all day long. It's only until you can see yourself in the story. It's only until you can find your part in it to see where their anger comes from, to see where their frustration comes from, to see it from another person's point of view. You have to have self revelation of this thing. Their feelings did not just pop into existence because of nothing. I hear this all the time. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people that are not self-aware of themselves hurt people. See, when you become self-aware of who you are and how you're showing up in the world and how you interact with people, you're totally unaware of how you pop in and pop out, and there's no awareness of who you are. Now you're living in some type of delusion because a relationship takes a responsibility on both parties. You both agree to show up. You both agree to be honest. You both agree to be loved. You both agree. That's in any relationship. It can be a mother-child. It could be a husband and wife, a girlfriend and boyfriend, two ladies just kicking it. I am your friend. I'm going to show up as your friend. I'm going to show up as love. I'm going to show up and treat you the way that I would like to be treated. That's being totally self-aware. Loving yourself brings forth love for others. You have got to know exactly who you are, how you are, and what you will and will not accept. That's life. That's not picking and choosing and being in a category that's unlike life. There's a place inside of all of us where we can find acceptance for all things because there's an essence inside of us that accepts us just as we are. You know, if God didn't love you just as you were through all of your, as we claim, this is how we claim it. We're going through some mess. We're going through the storm. We're going through some tribulations. And in all of those things, guess who is still there with you? Guess who is making things happen for you? And guess who would love for you to recognize that, yes, I am here. Yes, you are blessed. Are you aware of what you do have? Instead of being aware, so aware of what you don't have. Are you aware of what you do have? Are you aware that you woke up this morning, that you had running water, lights, that you had clothes? You could go into your closet and pick from an array of things. Are you aware of these things? And being in that space where, yes, tower moments happen. Tower moments happen to reveal to each person something, something that they may have overlooked, something that they wanted to blame someone else for. We have got to stop playing the victim. There is no victim in life. There is only life in life. And to be able to recover from the traumas in our life is being able to be aware of how you showed up in every condition. Not better than, but just as. The same type of different. I'm not different than you. I am a reflection of you. And you are also a reflection of me. So that thing that I did to you that caused you harm, guess what? Now I see the reflection coming back to me. I see you and me. Not the me that I am now, but the me that I used to be. I see it. Being mindful of what are your addictions, because we all have something. This planet is habit forming, and you have got to accept it. We can go from 0 to 1,000 quickly on this planet. A lot of times that we go 0 to 1,000, it's because we're trying to fit in. See, I don't fit in nobody's box. I'm not trying to be in anybody's box. This is Latiska Power. Okay? Your homegirl, your pastor, your friend, your mentor, your consultant, I am all of that. I wear many hats and I wear them all well. When I put one on, that's who I am at that moment. And I thank God for creating me the way that God created me. I thank God for giving me the life that God gave me. Because see, if I didn't walk the walk of having addictions, or if I didn't walk the walk of being promiscuous, or if I didn't walk the walk of being a habitual liar, or if I didn't walk that walk, I couldn't get on here and tell you not nothing. Not nothing could I say to you. And I wouldn't even want you to listen to me because I don't want to be a mask of something. I want to be totally transparent of the things that are going on, the things that I have lived through, the things that I know to be a fact. Let me tell you something about wisdom. Wisdom is you can look at somebody and know what they all about. You can look at them. You can look at the greatness of them. You can see all the potential in the world of them. But because they don't see that potential, which what bleeds through is all of that insecurity, all of that anger, all of that doubt, all of that abandonment, all of that frustration, all of that heartache, all of that pain bleeds through. And a healed person can look at you and tell you, baby, been there, done that. Now it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to release all of that stuff from your heart. It's time for you to be healthy and whole. It is time for something to transition inside of you. And it starts in your mind. Nothing can change until you change your mind. Nothing can change until you change what you are totally aware of about yourself, because it has nothing to do with other people. Life has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with other people. People are people. You have to accept them just as they are. You can accept the old parts of them that they have thrown away, that you keep replaying, or you can accept the new person that stands before you. And everybody has their mind about themselves, change their mind about how they live, where they live, what they do, who they interact with. You don't have to be in that same mindset all of your life. There are people, places, and places that are waiting to meet you. But because of your own insecurities, you won't even walk through the door. I give thanks for some of my jobs. I do. When I used to work, I did Mary Kay. It taught me how to treat a woman like a woman. Because I understand as a woman or a mother, we don't always get, we love you, I love you, you're beautiful, oh my God, let's do this. And you don't get all of that. So I enjoyed the sisterhood of Mary Kay. I enjoyed petitioning. You know what petitioning taught me to do? I can walk up on anybody and get somebody to sign my piece of paper. That I'm not scared of people. You know, a lot of times, and I've had conversations with people that try to belittle things that I have done. You can't belittle nothing that you've never done. If you've never done a thing, it's nothing. Who shot the sheriff? That's what you have to ask yourself. Who shot the sheriff? Who gave you the authority to say anything negative about what I do and you haven't done a thing? Not one thing. You haven't tried nothing. You ain't even went outside your box. You're just in your box, and in your box is safe and secure for you. Sometimes in life, you got to get out your own box. You got to get out your own way, and you got to try things that you never even thought you could accomplish, that you never even thought you could do, just to prove it to yourself. Through many dangerous toils and tears, I've already come. I have already come through the battlefield. Baby, I battled for my life. I battled for my life over and over and over again. In and out the hospital, suicide attempts. I battled for Latiska and her life. Did I share what was going on inside of me with anybody but a doctor? Because guess what? Latiska didn't think nobody wanted to listen to her. So Latiska kept everything inside of her. And all of that stuff that she kept inside of her, guess what? God worked all that mess up out of me. God brought glory and honor back to a girl that was tore up from the floor up. You know, going through abandonment issues. And I'm talking about over and over. There's cycles of this foolishness. You know, being in one house and going to another house and going to and hearing conversations. Well, I just can't put up with her. And all of that stuff is stuff that I had to pull out of me. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. That is not who I am. That is not what God said. That is not who I shall be. That is not. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I want you to go in to yourself. Block everything else out of you. You know who you are better than anybody else. You know that you are beautiful. You know that you are lovely. You know that you are intelligent. You know that you are a freaking genius. And it's time for you to get on that ship and sail. Sail into your own glory. And guess what? Are you sailing into your own glory? Make sure you hold the master's hand. That is the hand that will not ever speak against you, work against you, even though it's mysterious and wonderful ways that things happen. But God is a good God. God is a presence beyond our thought processes. God is larger than Babe, I look at my house and that's all I see. I see thoughts of things that I said I wanted. And yeah, I see, let me tell you this. Yesterday, I'm sitting in the car. I was taking one of my pastor friends to the grocery store. And while I was sitting there, a message popped up on the phone. And I looked, and it was one of my old shows. My old show. And at the end of that show, I was doing a prayer. So I sat there and I listened to the prayer. And in this particular show, I was talking about my children. This particular show, I was talking about my children. And in that prayer, some things that I said in that prayer are happening right now. See, I see God. I notice God in my life. I notice the presence and how safe I am wherever I go. I want you to get there. I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to know what I know. Because it's something that you can't unknow. It's something that gives you joy. In the middle of a wheel. I remember, I think I told y'all this before. I used to get high. And I remember one night my cousin came over to the house, 2 o'clock in the morning, knocked on my window, opened the door. I was listening to Kurt Franklin, Love. And he said, "You need to cut that off." I said, "No, you need to get out my house, because this is my house. I can't hide from God. And I'm not finna church, I'm not finna take God out of this." Because see, I understood that wasn't gonna be me forever. I understood that I was working through some stuff the best way that I knew how. But I wasn't gonna be there forever. So you got to understand in your life, things are gonna happen, but you also have to understand they are happening and they won't be there forever. See, your forever is further than you can see. Your right now will never be your forever. Your right now could never be your forever unless you think things cannot change. Unless you don't begin thinking of the greater parts of God and how God looks at you and how God sees you as worthy. And then when you begin to deem yourself as worthy and deem yourself as valuable and deem yourself as somebody that should be respected, and you begin to pour all that inside of you and stand in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful and you're successful and you're doing all of this stuff for yourself, building yourself up, and then God is building you up with it because that's how He already sees you. You know, while you're out here struggling, trying to make something happen, say, "I made you the land of milk and honey. I made you the land of milk and honey. You out here making other people the land of milk and honey." He said, "What I gave it to you is for you. And it's time for you to become aware of what I put in you. I placed it in you. And so this is your portion. See, your portion is full of the promises that I've already spoken over your life. Now, give me a few minutes. I enjoy you guys watching me. I'm thanking you right now. I had to blow my nose. They were crying. It just, I guess I'm healing some more, y'all. These are the ways that you can support me. Please be mindful that the book was written for you, channeled through me, and it's just for you. Go get you one. All right, everybody, we are back. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you how powerful our DNA is. Really. We have the ability to speak, and every cell in our body has to listen. Every cell. It's like we're just commanding things all day long. So tapping into what are you saying and what are you putting into the universe and what are you expecting to receive? Most of us are asking for healing. Okay, now what are the areas you need to be healed in? What are the areas that you say you need to be healed in? Or are you going to God in prayer saying, Lord, reveal unto me, take the veil off of my eyes so that I may see the parts of me that need your attention, that you can come and pull these things up out of me. Not that you can do it for yourself. I can't do nothing. I couldn't even push the button if it wasn't for God. I wouldn't be able to speak, move, think, blink, none of that. It's not Latuska that does anything. Latuska has given her will to the will of God. Now, it would be different if I'm walking and I'm just gonna do it my way. If I do it my way, guess what? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be frustrating. It's not gonna work because I'm trying to force something that don't fit. Sometimes you got to understand you have already been ordained to do whatever is in your heart to do. All of this fear and all of these things people go through, fix it and ask God. Go to God and ask God to fix it. Fix it for me because there's no fear in you, and therefore there could be no fear in me. And I accept who you are in my life. Being aware that you can always pray a prayer and your prayer be answered. Lord, help me help myself right now. Help me, help me. Help me love me more. Help me not focus on pleasing other people and being loyal to people that aren't loyal to me. And show me the way, the truth, and the light. Show me that I'm at the end of the tunnel and I'm standing in the light because I'm in your presence with this prayer. So I'm no longer in the dark. I removed myself from the darkness and now I am in the light because I'm in your presence right now. Whether your eyes be open or closed, you can be standing up, kneeling down, walking, holding a conversation with God. See, God don't care how you do it. See, people have these imaginations that you have to do things a certain way, and you're not supposed to cry, and you're not supposed to be serious. The realest thing that you could do is to have a real conversation with our Father. The realest thing any of us could do is to bow our egos down and have a real conversation with our Father. That is no longer me, Lord. I don't want to do nothing under my own mindset. Whatever I do, let it be led by you. Whatever I speak, let it be the words of you coming out of my mouth. Let me be holy because you are holy. And so I call holiness into my life. I call holiness into my being. I call these things unto me, and every one of my actions should show that I am that which sent me. Being aware that you have the presence. All of us have the presence. He said, while you were in your mother's womb, I anointed you. He said, I made you all priest and high priestess. Now, whatever it is you choose to do, that's your choice. That's your choice because that's your world. Wherever you are, God is. We are all needed. Some of us chose to go higher. Some of us chose a Christ consciousness. Some of us chose to become aware to enlighten other people because we see the error of our own ways. That's why I do what I do. I see the error of my own ways. And I know how God came in, swooped in, redeemed me, gave me salvation, showed me love, gave me recovery, baby, put an IV on me, began to heal me, baby, and didn't have to get no surgical, nothing done. I remember when they told me, oh, Latuska, you have lupus. I said, no, the devil's a lie. You're a lie. So the nurse said, well, you know it's hereditary. I said, let me tell you something. My ancestors know not to give me no foolishness like that. Give me some love, but don't give me no sickness. And that's the end of that. If you want to give me something, give me some love. But I reject that. I rebuke that in the name of the Lord. Then I went to three doctors. Three doctors. Two doctors said, okay, well, this is what the test is saying. The third doctor went to a specialist, the best one in Jacksonville, Florida, pertaining to lupus. Nothing. And let me tell you, the moment I told that doctor, that first doctor, that is a lie, I proceeded in that. You lying to me. Okay, I'll take every test you want me to take, but that's a lie. And I agreed with God. That moment in my life, I didn't have to take a pill. I didn't have to do a thing. Baby, my hair started growing back. All kind of healing began to take place in my life because I agreed with God. I hear people say, well, God, if you want me to, or if you don't want me to, da this, that, and the other. Hey, everything in life is a choice. So I chose my healing. I chose to be healthy. I chose to be happy. I chose to have joy. I chose to be surrounded by love. Those are things that I chose. I chose to be that to myself first. And then I chose to do those things for others. That's what I decided to do. And I did it for me. I did it for my own recovery. I did it because I knew parts of me were carnal. I did it because I knew parts of me were not who I really was. So I began to tap in to who Latuska is, not who the world told me she was. You know, this unwanted little girl that didn't nobody want to be bothered with, that was stupid and da this and that. Baby, I done heard it all. Heard it all. And after I heard it all, I've shown all of those people you're a liar and the truth ain't in you. And all those things that you spoke over me, you must see them in you. Because even as you spoke them into me, I was still in love with you. I still endowed you. You know, and that's God. That's God. That is God encompassing us on a daily freaking basis. Okay, you cuss somebody out. Guess what? I'm still gonna love you. Okay, you got to fight with somebody. I'm still gonna love you. Mess around and say a prayer and see if God does not hear you. Mess around and really want to fix something and see if God won't fix it. Mess around and have all kind of tell you this story. My lights was off. Okay? Babe, I woke up this morning, not this morning, but the other morning, lights on. So everything get quiet. Okay. I said, what is going on? And I said, lights off. Stood right there in my kitchen. I said, Lord, you know I need some light. Now I'm gonna depend on you to get these lights on. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I'm expecting you to do it. I'm expecting you to do it today. So I get in the car, go to the place, baby, ain't nobody there. Door closed. Okay, so I'm looking. Okay, it's another place. So I'm on the phone. So now I finally figured out how to get somebody on this phone. They tell me, okay, Miss Power, this is what you have to pay. This is that, and other. Because I'm okay. So now I said, okay, that's it. Oh yeah, that's it. That's all you got to pay. Went to the store. Some said, go to your pocketbook. So I went to my pocketbook. I'm looking at all my bank cards and everything. And I'm looking at my pocketbook and said, now get them tickets out. So I got them tickets out because I like to play the lottery. I tell you, I used to play the lottery all the time. Baby, I used to win, 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 win. And now I'm winning again, y'all. So hold up. Let me tell you, swole up. So go in my purse, get out these tickets where I just won tickets. I just been holding on to them because I'm like, when I get the urge again, I go in there and get some more tickets. Baby took them 2 tickets in there. I said, I just want 2 of the same tickets. Just give me 2 of the same tickets. Baby sat in my car and started scratching. You know, everything that lady said I needed was on that ticket. Because I expected God to pay the bill. I expect God. When I ask God something, When I go to God, and I know God knows my heart, He hears my thoughts, and I go to God, I just expect God to do. Like, Lord, I am righteous in your eyesight. So because I'm righteous in your eyesight and I see some errors in my own ways, I'm going to go on and forgive myself for not seeing myself as you do, because you already see me righteous. So now that I have begun to see myself as righteous, I'm going to come to you and expect you to answer this prayer. Baby, blew my mind. Took me to a story where I was petitioning in Jacksonville, Florida. So the guy was like, we were doing a petition on lottery. And the guy was like, well, I don't play the lottery. I always ask God. I always want to win the lottery, but I don't play the lottery because I think that's a sin. I said, well, how you going to ask God for something, but then be scared to go do it? He said, well, I don't want to go to hell playing the lottery. I went straight to heaven with that lottery ticket. I went out of the darkness into the light with that lottery ticket. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, because I don't have no conditions on how you can do a thing. I know that you can do all things, and I know you can do it any kind of way that you want. So I open up my mind to that limited imagination of who God is. I open my mind up and I ask God to remove the veil of illusion of you can only get it this way and that way, and all of that religion. Just take it out of me, Lord. And let's get into eternal truths that God is all there is, that there is nothing but love here, and that when we need something, our needs are supplied. Well, that's fried calves. I think I told this story too. I had a little bit of gas in my tank. I said, Lord, I got to pay this right here today. All right, finna push the button. Boop. Start driving. Start driving. Baby, I'm still looking at the gas. Not realizing, let me tell you what I wasn't realizing. Wasn't realizing what I had. What I had was enough for me to do what it was I needed to do. And God was going to put the people in the car to go and help me pay that bill. See, sometimes we want more than enough at that moment. But God gives us what we need at that moment. And at that moment, we have every freaking thing that we need. And as the day progresses and He knows your need, guess what? It will be supplied. And being in that place, that grounded place of, I am always provided for, and I always have what I need when I need it. I'm never without the thing that God has told me from the beginning of time, that I am with you always. And no, we ain't doing no suffering because I am with you. So then you go to yourself and you say, you go to God, you pray, you go inside yourself, you say, God, the suffering in my life is over. And I'm gonna put you over that. I'm gonna put that, let that be your part that you fix in my life. The suffering is over. The confusion is over. The disparity is over. I call in clarity and functioning, just being able to function and get things done in a timely manner. I call in balance. I call in the presence of who you are in my life. I relinquish all of the control that I see I really don't have. I relinquish it and I put it all in your hand because I don't want to do it no more. I just don't. Lead me and guide me. Give me the inspiration so that I may speak it, be it. Give me that. And I will do it. I will perform. I will do exactly what you have given me to do, because now I'm in your will and I'm releasing my yoke. I'm releasing all those heavy yokes of frustration. And now I'm in a place of trust in the Lord and all that you do, that we are more than conquerors. We really are. We are God's beloved, God's thoughts, God's perfection, God's purpose, God's vessel. That's what we are. The fullness of God's glory is in us. Can't nobody stop that. Nobody. But the person. But when you get to that part in your life where you understand it can't be my life and your life too, God. So I give myself away so that you can use me. I give myself away so that I can be a clear channel. I give myself away. So that thing that you birthed in me when you thought of me and everything attached to me, so that it can come forth, so that my destiny can be seen. Not just by you no more, Father. Let me see what you have for me. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your kindness. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. I thank you for your compassion. I thank you for your empathy. I thank you for your love and kindness. But I thank you for enduring with me, for being with me the whole walk, the whole time. I thank you for knowing my inner works better than I know them. I thank you for your presence, not just in me, but all around me. I thank you for your safety and your comfort. I thank you for my family. I thank you for my ancestors, spirit guides, the animal kingdom, the trees. I thank you for all things that represent you, all living things, the wind, stars, the moon, the sun. Thank you. I thank you for the beautiful thing that you've given me. The greatest gift God has given any of us is life. It's what you do with your life that matters. How you want to live your life matters to God. Matters to God. And it should matter to you. And being aware of healing those places that are dead. You know, you have to look at parts of your life. I looked at several parts of my life. Several parts of my life were ditches, dry ditches, nothing else. I said, Lord, fill them things up. Fill them up, give me overflow. Do that. And God began to fill those ditches up, up. And I'm not talking about so they could dry back out. No, God filled them up so they could never go dry again. So today, I'm telling you, oh, I'm coming here and I'm speaking to you, speaking to your heart, because I'm not speaking to your head. It's not about your logic right now. It's about the things that God has put in place inside of you. It's about the presence of God and who God has been in your life. That's why I'm here today, to bring to your awareness God's eternal presence is real, surrounds us, wraps us up. It's beautiful when you can really have sight beyond sight. Sight beyond sight is the sight that God has written in our heart that we are one, that you can't have one without the other. One couldn't exist without the other. You understand what I'm saying? One couldn't exist without the other. And that we are reflections of one another. That's it. Same kind of different. I love you. God bless you. And remember, always have sight beyond sight. Because in everybody you interact with, there is God right there, standing, watching, looking for itself in you. Like nothing. God and me, I want to say thank you. Thank you for this breakfast. Thank you for this beautiful orange juice. And thank you for everything I placed my hand on today. Thank you.
And like you were saying too, Hush, at 11 years old, having a pregnancy from an abuse, my heart just was like, I just want to hug you and tell you that I'm here. That I just can't imagine an 11-year-old delivering. And then, like you said, like people assume, even the loss of our son, people have been making assumptions. Like they don't make you.
Hi, my name is Clarissa Bags, and I am so excited to join Pearl today. Lady said, she looked at me, this is a coworker, and she looked at me and she said, Clarissa, she said, for me, it's mayonnaise. I was stumped because I had no clue. And that's when the penny dropped for me. And I realized that there are more people out there than I thought. And I know that now these people don't look like what you think they should look like. They could be anybody sitting next to you that has a story to tell of similar circumstances or situations. And I thought, oh my goodness, okay, so I gotta do this. So I started it out just as workshops. And from there, I had a summit one year. I was like, this is kind of cool. And I said, okay, God, I need to be able to reach more people. How am I going to reach more people? How am I going to do this? Because remember, I said also, I want to be able to heal people from afar. And it just fell in my spirit to start a talk show. Okay, because I'm like, I had a manager describe me as Wile E. Coyote. You know how you want to go off the cliff and then realize there's nothing there? That's me. So I said, okay, I'll start a talk show. I had no clue what it takes to do a talk show. I just called some friends and said, oh, talk show, you want to help? They were like, yeah, we'll help you. So we started this talk show, and when I tell you the people came from nowhere, it came from people I didn't even know. And I was so grateful that they trusted me to tell their stories. And many of them were telling their stories in public for the very first time.